Hello and welcome to the Carolina Panthers Football in My Mind podcast. I'm your host, Luke Farber. And what is in this mind today? Well, week 5 of the season is wrapped up and the Panthers got a win. And hey, I'm having a great week. Every week, Panthers have a win. That's a great week. But before we get to that game, we're going to go ahead and recap all the other games that went on around the NFL, see if we can learn something about our opponents. You know, you never know as much as if you don't know your opponent. So let's check out how the week went. Now, first, let's start out with Thursday night game. San Francisco at LA, 49ers at Rams. And these are two division opponents, very well coached teams. And a lot of people, including myself, had the Rams winning this one easily because basically the entire skill of the 49ers starting team was out on offense. Quarterback Brock Purdy, wide receivers Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. George Kittle, all-pro tight end, has been out for a while. Luckily, they still had CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, Panthers fans are very aware of his skill set, and they fed him a lot in this game, and they had to. And I tell you, Mac Jones played a hell of a game for a backup, especially going to Kendrick Bourne, a much maligned, highly drafted receiver from years past. It really hadn't done much, but he had a great game on Thursday night, and it really propelled the Niners to win. Now, the Rams still had their chance at the end of the game, and Sean McVay goes for it on a fourth down to try and win the game instead of kicking the tying field goal and sending it to overtime. I got no problem with that call, especially at home, especially because the Rams have one of the best rosters in the NFL, and a lot of people consider them an upper echelon team. Well, what do? They decide to run it off tackle and feed the running game, which they hadn't done all night. They hadn't run the ball very much, and they hadn't run it for much success. Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford can get just about anything they want in that situation. So I agree with going for it there, but I do not agree with the play call. You got to keep that ball in Matt Stafford's hands. They're talking about how he is top 5 all time in fourth quarter comebacks in NFL history. Let the man have the ball. Don't hand it off to Kyron Williams, who is a good back. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a potential Hall of Famer. And he's not as good as Puka Nacua or Devontae Adams, who you have outside. Yeah, I don't agree with that play call, but big ups to the Niners. Much respect, especially for Kyle Shanahan. I am not the biggest fan of Shanahan, at least seemingly from outside, but there's no denying the guy can coach. And a hell of a job by him and a hell of a job by the Niners. I definitely did not expect them to be at the top of this division at all this year, let alone after 5 games. So big ups on them. And let's move on to Sunday, shall we? Of course, Sunday's day started early with the London game, Minnesota and Cleveland. The big storylines there. We had Carson Wentz starting for the second straight week at quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. JJ McCarthy is still recovering from a high ankle sprain, and Carson Wentz had another pretty decent game and ended up winning it late for the Vikings. The Browns have one of the best defenses in the NFL, if not the best defense. They're offensively challenged. So at the end of the game, when Minnesota needed to drive down the field to score, to take the lead and win, Carson Wentz was able to do it. Now, on the other side, Dillon Gabriel, the rookie, got his first start at quarterback for the Browns and played pretty well, but at the end of the day, couldn't quite get the job done. And that's not too understandable for a rookie in his first NFL start, especially one that's overseas. So there are lots of encouraging signs from them and the young players on the Browns. Quinyon Judkins got stuck on that one. Rookie running back looks really good so far. They got a couple others. Harold Fannin, I believe, tight end. Couple on defense, Mason Graham, the first rounder, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they've got a really good young core of players, both on offense and defense. They just need to figure out the quarterback position, and that offensive line could use some help as well. Now, hot off the presses, I just saw that they traded Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals, who have been really drowning with Jake Browning. Oh, I like that. Yeah, drowning with Browning. But they bring him in for some competition and some veteran leadership with Joe Burrow, quarterback, all pro, sidelined for a couple of months. So, moving on. Next, we had the Texans Ravens, and this wasn't too surprising to me. With all the Ravens injuries, especially two-time MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson out, they couldn't score any points, and they have more than a few defensive starters out right now. And even though the Texans have been offensively challenged so far this year, they've got really good quarterbacks. They've got a really good skill positions. Their problem is on the offensive line. So they were able to get quick rhythm passes and the running game going in this offense. And that let CJ Stroud and that offense cook to the tune of 44 points on the road. So big win for the Texans. And they get back with multiple victories on this season. And even though they got two teams in their division now at 4-1, they're sitting a couple games back, and they'll have their chance to climb back in the division race if they can keep their offense rolling. Moving on to the Saints and the Giants. I had this one right too. Giants, there's lots of excitement about Jaxon Dart, and I can fully understand that, but he's still just a rookie learning his way. He's turning the ball over like a lot of young quarterbacks do. And last week, he lost Malik Neighbors, his all-pro wide receiver, for the season with a torn ACL. And without your one really good offensive weapon, he's going to have a lot more struggles and a lot more things to work through. Luckily, they do have Cam Scatterboot, the rookie running back out of Arizona State. He's looking like a bruiser so far. So hopefully they can lean on the run game more and keep Jaxon Dart from turning it over so much, shorten the games, and see if they can get the victory. But on the road in New Orleans, the Superdome is an incredibly tough place to play, one of the toughest in the NFL. The Saints have played better this year than I expected. And with that veteran leadership on defense, they're going to be able to compete there. And with Spencer Rattler playing quarterback at a pretty decent level, it looks like they're going to be in a lot more games than I thought they were going to be. So good ups on them. Unfortunately, they're in our division. I'd rather see them stink it up. But, you take what you can get. Next, Eagles. Eagles blow a lead at home. They're up 17-3 in the second half. Excuse me. And the Denver Broncos able to make it all the way back, 21-17 victory. And really what stood out in this one from the Eagles' perspective is they didn't run the ball. I mean, not only did they not run it successfully, but they just didn't run it. They're obviously a running team with a quarterback like Jalen Hurts and a back like Saquon Barkley, who really should have broken the all-time single-season rushing record last year if he doesn't sit out the final week of the season because they had the division clinched. I would have loved to see it. I know everyone would have loved to see it, but it just didn't happen. But that's the thing with the Eagles is they only rushed the ball 11 times in that game. How do you only rush the ball 11 times? I mean, yeah, you throw the ball to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, two of the best receivers in the NFL, a great tandem, but that's not what you do best. That's not how you win games. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith should be an accent, should be an exclamation point, a nice topper on the offense, but the core of it has got to be Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts in that run game. Anyway, we'll see if they get back to that in the future. Kudos on Denver working their way back atop that division now after the Chargers lose 2 in a row. And since we mentioned that, we might as well talk about the Chargers now. They took on the Commanders in LA. Looked like they were going to go up big early in that game. And we actually had a lot of these games in the NFL this week where teams jumped out to early leads and then couldn't hold on to them. And the Chargers did exactly that. The problem with the Chargers right now is the usual problem with the Chargers. They get injured so much, and they've lost so much of their starting offensive line, and now they lost their rookie stud running back. And health is really going to tell the story in a lot of these NFL seasons because there are so many injuries. There's so much attrition. It is a long, brutal season on these guys' body. And the teams that can hold up best, especially with their star players, you're talking about quarterbacks, wide receivers, offensive tackles, typically, defensive linemen, corners. Everybody is important. But if you lose your quarterback, you're probably done. And if you lose your offensive line and they can't protect your quarterback, that's a problem. So that's the Chargers' biggest problem. The Commanders come back with Jaden Daniels, their hot quarterback, coming back off a knee injury, and their rookie running back, Bill Crosby Merritt, got loose to the tune of over 125 and 2 touchdowns, and they just took it to the Chargers in the second half. So those are going to be two teams to watch. Both kind of the Chargers started out hot and have cooled off. The Commanders started out cool and now have heated up. So we'll see which team can keep it going, which team can turn it around, and where they're going to go from here. It's a long season. There are going to be ebbs and flows, ups and downs for pretty much every team. What we can see after week 5, there are no undefeated teams left. They're really That's a telltale sign that there isn't a true dominant team this year at this point in the season. But teams can work their way into that, especially really talented teams. I'm looking at the Bills, looking at the Eagles, looking at the Bucks. There's the Lions. There's some really good teams out there, and can they take their game to another level mid and late season? That's really going to tell the tale of who makes the playoffs, who wins the divisions, and who gets home field advantage. All right, moving on to the Jets and the Cowboys. I feel bad for the Jets, honestly. I feel bad for Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields. I always like Justin Fields. If I were sitting in the GM seat, probably would have taken him over J.C. Horn back in the day, number 8 in the draft. But he's just had a rough go when it comes to the offensive skill around him during his career, his coaching, and he can run the ball well. He can put up some numbers in the pass game, but the Jets need more help. They need more receivers. They need another tight end. Their defense has not played up to its billing this far, and they're one of the most penalized teams. They can't get out of their own way. So they go down again at home, 37-22 to the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind right now. And we got him coming into the bank next week, so we're going to see how that one goes. Anyway, moving on to the Colts and the Raiders, 40-6 for the Colts. So not a ton. Well, they were at home. That helps. But Jonathan Taylor is running like a man possessed right now. He may be the best running back in the NFL. He's up there with Bijan Robinson, I believe. Those are the top 2 guys right now. And the running game pumps through him, and then Daniel Jones is able to hit their big physical targets on the outside. We're talking about Michael Pittman, wide receiver, Tyler Warren, the rookie tight end. I mean, he's been a beast so far and was again this last week. So Pete Carroll and co. got a long way to go with upgrading that roster in Vegas, because they just really don't have the dudes to compete at a high level right now. But they'll get it turned around if I know Pete. And, I saw him up close and personal here in the Pacific Northwest for a bunch of years. And I hated it, obviously, because his teams kept on beating ours. But what are you going to do? Next, we'll move on to Seattle and Bucks. This was probably the game of the week. Ended 38-35 on a last-minute field goal. The Bucks and Baker Mayfield do it again. They come from behind, and they win on the last play of the game. They've done this 4 times this year where they've won on the final minute. So I did pick the Seahawks at home. Unfortunately, Darnold had a costly interception, and Baker and company were able to take advantage and get the victory. Unfortunate for us, that leaves us a few games behind now in the division. Next up, Titans-Cardinals. Congratulations to the Titans and Cam Ward getting your first NFL victory and first win of the season. It was a late field goal that won it for them for the Cardinals, and there were a couple of penalties, and the Cardinals seem to be one of these teams that year after year kind of can't get out of its own way. They've got talent. They seem to have decent coaching. They play well in spurts, but then they kick the can, they shit the bed at the worst times to the worst teams. And would they almost let us come back at home against them? And they let the Tennessee Titans, the winless team with the number 1 overall pick, rookie quarterback, to come back and win on them. And they did it by making mistakes. And they will not be a great team until they clean that up. Next, we got the Lions-Bengals. The Bengals like I said, are in trouble without Joe Burrow. They have Jake Browning. They're seemingly replacing him now with Joe Flacco, but they ran up against a bulldozer in the Detroit Lions, and Jared Goff has that offense humming. Aiden Hutchinson is picking up where he left off last year as possible defensive player of the year, and they look like the toughest team in the NFL right now to me, especially the way their offense is hitting and how dominant they are on the offensive line, in the run game, in the short pass game, and their defense. And if they ever get Jamison Williams in the deep pass game going, look out. This Lions team is going to be pretty damn hard to beat. Sunday nighter, a lot of people had this wrong too. I know I did. Bills come or Patriots go into Buffalo and knock off the Bills on Sunday night. And I think it's another example of what a lot of people have seen in Drake May is that he just has the moxie, the it factor, the do what it takes to win mentality, and he leads his team. And he does it with toughness, mental toughness, physical toughness, and making plays in the clutch. And that's exactly what they did. And they were able to get out with a 3-point victory in Buffalo. And Buffalo helped them out. They turned the ball over a bunch. They had a ton of penalties. But to be a good team in the NFL, you have to take advantage when the other team makes that many mistakes. And they did, and they took advantage enough to win. So good on them. The Patriots maybe competing for second place in that division this year. I don't think anybody's catching Buffalo. Of course, I could be wrong. You never know. God forbid Josh Allen gets injured. But I think everybody's playing for second place in that division besides Buffalo. And then that takes us again to the Monday Nighter. Jaguars take down the Chiefs in dramatic fashion. Another game where the Chiefs jumped out to a 14-0 lead on thanks to a Trevor Lawrence fumble at the goal line. All the momentum's in Kansas City's spot. And what do the Jags do? They fight back, they claw back, and Trevor Lawrence, give him a lot of credit. He, as soon as they scored that second touchdown and went up 14-0, and the whole stadium's groaning about delay of games and all this sort of stuff, he just said, no, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen tonight, not on my watch. And you saw what he did. He dropped back, and all of a sudden he just started taking off. As soon as he saw a running lane, he was going as hard as he could for that first down and more, and he got it. If you don't recall, Trevor Lawrence is a great athlete. Even though he's a big, tall, white guy, he can run. So it's he put the team on his back, and he got it done at the end of the day. And he got it done against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And this is just another example of the Chiefs not quite being where they have been in recent years. And that's on everybody. And like we said, the Chiefs just seem like a tired team. When you go to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, those playoff runs are deep, long, and exhausting. And they didn't have home field advantage for all of them, remember. They had to come as a wild card 2 years ago. And when you play that much extra football, it takes a toll on you mentally and physically. And now sitting at 2-3, there's still only one game out of this division. So, but it's going to be a slog for the Chiefs to make the playoffs this year. And I'm not sure if they got it in them. But we'll see. The tail of the season will tell that. And, I'm looking forward to this. I love, it's nice to make a good prediction, but it's also nice just to watch and see and enjoy how the season turns out, the ebbs and flows, it's like, hey, I don't know how the season's going to turn out, but I'm interested to watch. Now, I do have my thoughts on them, and no, I don't think the Chiefs are making the playoffs this year. But anyway, moving on to the real game of the week. That's right, our game. 27-24 victory over the Miami Dolphins at home in the bank. We come out the gate and we sputtered. If you watch the game, you know what happened. It was ugly. I was sick to my stomach. I was already thinking about how can I walk around and do chores as I watch the game to distract me from another ass whooping. We went down 17-0 right off. Miami gets the ball first. They drive down the field, kick a field goal. Good stop by the defense. Excellent work. Derek Brown sacked. We love to see that. DB is one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the run. We'd love to see him become an attacker and a real threat to pressure the quarterback consistently. But he gets the sack on third down. We hold him to the field goal. Great work. Offense comes out. Bryce Young turns the ball over, fumble. Miami goes down, scores a touchdown. Next offensive possession. Bryce Young throws an interception. Miami goes down, scores 17-0 real quick. And it's just like, oh no, not again. We saw this last week. We saw this a couple weeks ago. The last thing we want, like, we are in the middle of a rebuild right now. We have a youth movement, but we still want to be competitive. Hey, man, we haven't been competitive enough in a long time, and we're starved for it. I mean, we obviously want to compete for division titles, NFC crowns, and the Super Bowl, but we got to walk before we run. So we got to go ahead and compete in every game. I mean, I don't want to see us getting blown out anymore. And thank God we did. Bryce and XL hook up for a touchdown, bring us within 10 points. Luckily, we were able to bring it to 17-10 by halftime. And second half, man, the second half was ours. The defense shut down Miami's offense, except for an over-the-top ball with Jalen Waddle at the end of the game. But luckily, Bryce in the offense and Rico Dowdle over 200 yards rushing. Man, hey, great job, bud. You know, Chuba is our guy, right? But I think we've noticed so far this year, he hasn't quite gotten the running game going like he had last year. He hasn't broken quite as many tackles. And part of that is because the passing game hasn't been great either. But what we saw from Dowdle was more physicality, more speed, a little bit more agility, and he took it to the Miami defense. Now, the Miami defense is one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. So we will see if he can he probably won't redo his performance of over 200 yards against the Cowboys this year, but it would be great to see him continue what he started this last week and give our running game a little bit more pop. Or it'd be great to see Chuba bring that himself when he gets back, because I guarantee he loved watching that from the sideline yesterday as far as a Carolina Panther and a teammate and a winner. But he wants his job, and he's going to come back for it and fight. So, hey, that's a great thing. We got competition. It's going to bring the best out in everybody. And we're looking forward to seeing what Rico can do next week against his old team. I'm not sure if Chuba will be back yet. We'll see about that. But it was great to see the running game really get going. Dowdle, congrats, man, on the 200-plus yards. And congrats on the win. We end up taking it back. Bryce takes back the lead with a few minutes to go with a touchdown to rookie tight end Mitchell Evans. Defense is able to get a big stop behind Patrick Jones, defensive end, with a sack, and offense is able to close the game out, 4-minute drive, and kneel on it for the win, and it was fantastic. Oh, by the way, I just watched Bryce Young was mic'd up for the game, and it's on the Carolina Panthers channel, which is in the link below. It's in the description, so go ahead and check it out. It's pretty awesome to see Bryce mic'd up for the comeback, and as well, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, tell me if I'm an idiot, tell me if I'm right. Let's get a conversation going about how we can progress during this season and really take full advantage of the talent that we have on the roster today. And go ahead, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Amazon. If you guys want to listen instead of watch, go ahead and check us out there. And we'll be back later in the week for a little preview episode of this next game and all the NFL action. So thanks for sticking with us, and let's keep pounding.